Hello! Perfidious Pete here. Back to come up with another plan that's gonna backfire like the 72 Gran Torino that's been gathering dust in Grandpa's garage for the last 30 years. In Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, last episode, it blew up in my face. Blew up like I was streaming a supercut of every scene in Uncle Buck where John Candy picks up G and Louisa Kelly from school, and I thought I was streaming it on a Samsung Note S7. That explosion, that's why I usually don't plan. They say that a failure to plan is a plan to fail, but for me it turns out that any planning at all is also a plan to fail. So I'm just henceforth gonna say, to hell with it. I'm gonna go with like a no-mind Zen sort of philosophy where I just embrace the idea that the seekers know the way. They're seekers. They want to find the mark. They're out to find that which is hidden. They're seekers. Seeking is what they do. I gotta get out of my own head and let them embrace their natural tendency. It's like Happy Gilmore, man. That hole is your home. Don't you want to go to your home? We just gotta close our eyes and let it flow. I'm too up in my own head. I gotta stop rolling like the #1 jam from Lit's debut album and quit being my own worst enemy. No more of that. So it's time to stop. Let's stop being our own worst enemy and see if we can find an actual worst enemy and then maybe beat the shit out of them in this boot. Usual suspects. Well, since you guys exploded last time and my plan to get some stress relief for Ned Stark and the rest of the team did not work out whatsoever at all, although nobody died, so there is that. Let's try something a little different. What do we got for missions here? Medium? Ooh, 5 deeds. I like this, and I also like the fact that it's a medium mission. Warrens, what do you got? That Solar Bracer is tempting, but I don't really need... 2 portraits seems kind of crummy. Padlock of Transference. I sincerely think we're going to go probably this entire campaign without an Abomination. So I'm not going to rush to get that. I kind of think Abominations are objectively bad. I do not like them. They're very difficult to sort of form a party around, and even if you can form a party around them, they don't really feel like they're good enough to warrant making a... why do I have to cater to the Abomination? They don't feel like they're good enough to warrant being catered to. They really don't. What if we go with the team we used last time that we had such good luck with? We had 2 bounty hunters and Primrose Everdeen, and then I think Severus Snape was a member of that. We got some really good mileage out of that team. I like them quite a lot. Also, though, we got Maud Flanders, Lloyd Grimes, we got Bartholomew Kent and Trinity here. Do I want to break them in for their first time on a medium dungeon? You know what? Probably not. As level 0s, we're going to want to try and ease them into things. Maybe when a decent mission comes up into the Cove, Maud, Lori, Quint, and Trinity will be our Cove team. In the meantime, I really like the Severus Snape team that we put together. The double Crowleys, the Primrose Everdeen, the Severus Snape. We got crazy Mark synergies, extra healing. Do we want to go with stress relief? What if we get rid of Primrose Everdeen, though? Hey, Prim, what if you take a seat? And what if instead of Primrose Everdeen, what if we grab Henry Blake here? This works out of 4. That works out of 4. This out of 4. Maybe we even... Everything you have works out of the 3rd slot, right? Weakening Curse, Vulnerability Hex. Sacrificial Stab, we could swap that in. Weakening Curse, I like. Vulnerability Hex, I need. What if we do this? You know what? Yeah, let's try this. We're gonna play this one a little different. 4th position, Houndmaster Pete. Yeah, we don't have a cudgel weight yet to make Henry Blake's stun really overwhelmingly powerful. So let's try this. So let's unequip all trinkets. That's fine. Get everybody rocking in. So who's taking what? First things first. Severus Snape, you're taking Junia's head. I know it gave you a little extra stress last mission, but that's why we're bringing the Houndmaster along this time, so that he can cry forth the havoc and let slip your surly conscience. Extra dodge is nice. Debuff, not terrible. Anything else we really want to give you? Debuff skill chance. Sure, this takes away a little bit of your dodge, but all things considered, it's probably worth it. We will give our Houndmaster his Houndmaster Whistle because that gives him bonus. We get a bonus scouting in the dark. Well, that's terrible, but it does give him plus 20% disarm chance. So at least he's getting something out of it. Dodge Stone. Your dodge, you know what? Sure, Dodge Stone seems pretty good. We'll give you a little bonus dodge. Debuff skill chance. Anybody need a health stone? I don't want to trade 1 speed for 10% health. Bloodied Fetish, we are going into the warrant, so don't really want to take anything that's going to give me a penalty to disease resistance. And I guess that means Team Bounty Hunter is going to have to rock the no mind. They're embracing the no mind philosophy too. They'll be like, Pete's going no mind, I'm going no trinkets. I'm just letting it flow here. Let the seeker seek the way. The arrow knows the way. That's the Zen Archer philosophy, and the seeker knows the way is the Perfidious Pete Zen dungeon philosophy. So how much food are we going to want? We do have a medium dungeon, which means we're going to be able to camp once. So I think we'll take... I am trying to economize a little bit, but I think we're going to take 2 full stacks, just out of an abundance. We may run into a situation where we need some out-of-combat healing. These guys will be better suited that way. We don't really need holy water down in the... Am I deliberately going to the Weald? Why am I doing that? This is the no-mind state at work, folks. You're seeing it right here. I'm deliberately going into the Weald, a thing which ordinarily I would never consider doing because hashtag fuck the Weald. If we're going into the Weald, I'm going to take a couple extra torches. So we have torches, we have food, we got dog biscuits, so, you know, if the situation gets really dire, we can always nosh on those. Pete, how would you know what dog biscuits taste like? Yeah, they're not that bad. I've eaten dog biscuits before. Milk bones, they're, you know, I've had a few milk bone dog biscuits. They don't really, I mean, I wouldn't say they taste good, because they don't, but they're also, they don't really taste bad either. They're just, you know, kind of bland, and they got like they're real salty. I don't know what your dog sees in them. Really, honestly, Rover, I think you could do better. If you're going to beg, why are you begging for milk bone dog biscuits? Why don't you beg for an actual treat? Beg for, you know, like a sirloin or a T-bone or something good. Don't be like, oh no, I'll settle for dog biscuits. They're bland and flavorless and salty. Pressed peanut sweepings and rice. Our goal, since we do have stress units, we want to get off first, get off early. It's just like when Perfidious Pete has sex. Get off early and get off first. Alright, well, we're definitely going to have to try and flashbang him then. You gotta be... Okay, we got the stun. That's good. The one thing this group is not well equipped to deal with is stress. So, let's throw a mark down. I'm thinking on this guy. And then we'll see if we can hit him with the Hound's Rush. Let's just go ahead and blitz him. Blitz him down, dog! Get it? Blitz him down, dog, because Radar O'Reilly's there helping out Henry Blake. Okay, Crawley. Little groping swipe. Taking a little bit of damage. That's fine. A little bit of damage is nothing big. We're not getting blights and we're not getting diseases, and that's the most important thing. Stab that man in the face for 5. We did not get to bleed on that guy, which is most unfortunate. We're going to have to hit him with the hook and slice, even though I don't necessarily like that. And then I think we mark up our Fungal Jimmy here. Your Fungal Jimmy, Pete? Well, your dong got fungus growing on it? What if it does? What of it? I mean, if it does, I should definitely go to a doctor, because you got fungus on your dong. You got some serious issues. Dong fungus? That's, yeah, that's just gross, dude. Wash it. Wash your dong, man. Don't let Whoa, look at that heal from Severus Snape. Brody, are you feeling okay today, buddy? That's like back-to-back whiffs. And for a guy that was marked, we didn't get a whole lot of damage out of that either. Did get the dodge from Cousin Matthew, though, which I appreciate. And there's the kill from Henry Blake. We also left his corpse a bloody heap on the floor. So let's just mark him up. I think we just mark him up and hit him with all of our attacks that do mark. We really ideally want Severus Snape being the guy who's throwing these marks here, boys. It's supposed to be Snape's job. Oh, Cousin Matthew. I tell you what, Cousin Matthew, when he decides to go big, he really does go big, man. He does not want... He's slow to start, but once he starts, man, there's no stopping him. Once he gets that car running, there is only one thing that's going to stop him, and that is a tree that severs his head from his body. Mummified remains. You know what? Yeah. We'll use the bandages to protect our hands. 525 gold. Pretty good trade. Burn a little torch here. Keep an eye on our map. Now, our goal is to explore 90% of rooms, and I'm thinking we may skip these 2 that are down on the little foyer there. Get a room battle with the Curio. All right. We're getting good solid work out of our scouting as well. Houndmasters, I believe, get an innate bonus to scouting. Fuck no. Pete, why aren't you fighting the Shambler? This group would not be well suited to deal with the Shambler because they do not have an abundance of area damage. That's only one reason why I'm fighting Shambler. The other reason is the Shambler is a big stress fight, and this group is also not well equipped to handle the stress. So, do we burn a shovel to dig up? There's a lot of dungeon left here. You know what? No, hand dig that one. All right, we're gonna get a disease. We got the runs, which does what again? Oh, good, minus 20 dodge. Well, that's crippling. Probably should have just left that grave alone. Grave digging, turns out, is not the healthiest of professions. Neither is let's playing, by the way. You spend a lot of time sitting and, you know, an entirely sedentary life. Well, Doc, you gotta be kidding me with the miss there, Crawley. That's just unacceptable. We get some tiny iota of damage out of Severus Snape, and here comes our stress then. Alright, only 13. Not terrible. Accusation is going to give us considerably more. You know, only 11. With Junia's head, I thought that would really pile up on us, but we got through that. Everyone is unhittable, I guess, is the new paradigm. Okay. Well, that's... This guy is an AoE stress attack, so if we're going to kill anyone, I should prefer it to be him. Now we're going to get whacked with back-to-back groping swipes. Oh, come on, man. Stop subway fondling me. It's like a Tokyo subway up in this joint. The groping. It's getting out of control. 17 stress damage there. That is not good. Can you please pull this man to the front so that we can kill him? Or if not pull him, just let... I was going to say just lace fatal damage on him, but you couldn't do that either. Well, I'm not taking another stress attack from that one, which means I probably am going to wind up ultimately taking another stress attack from the Acolyte, but there's not a whole hell of a lot we can do to stop it. Unless we get way more damage out of that than I expect. Nope, not quite enough. Maybe we win a speed roll. Maybe we can get lucky. Possibly we could hit him with some kind of stun attack if we can get one of our bounty hunters out front. Alright, maybe we can... Flashbang will actually work for a change. There it is! The flashbang and the shuffle to go along with it. You're dead, dog. Alright. Now Severus Snape can get in here and execute his mandate, which is to mark some targets for us. Give them a penalty to dodge, and also drop in the mark so that we can rack up some killer damage. I am going to actually take a moment here to cry havoc. Looking for a little bit of stress relief. We're getting some piled up on us. Matthew Crowley's gonna dodge it. He knows how to... Okay, harmless swipe. Turned out to be exactly... Hey, that attack turned out to live up to its name. Let's go ahead and start with the biting then. Henry Blake can get in there for 5 damage. Might as well have Snape throw in an extra 5. We could go for the heal here, but I'm not really sure it's entirely necessary. You know what? If we can't hit that man in the 3rd slot, let's go for the stun. I'll stun a fungus, man. Get that fungus on your Jimmy, man. We already talked about this. This guy definitely has a Jimmy full of fungus, man. You got to go get some medical attention, dude. Actually, you kind of look like a Jimmy full of fungus now that I think about it. You have kind of a very mushroom helmet-shaped head. You rocking some Mario? Is that a Mario reference? You're making... Oh, it's a mushroom head. Actually, Mario's head is not quite mushroom-shaped. Let's mark this man with the Henry Blake. You know Mario calls his penis his little mushroom, though. We know he does. That's what he calls it. You're like, oh, a pizza. You want to see I'm a mushroom? Look at him. My pants are there. Mario's all about the mushroom. It's all about the mushroom jokes. I mean, he lives in a mushroom kingdom. Hey, a princess. You want to ride to my mushroom kingdom? Come on into the Mustang. I don't know why he's driving a Mustang. Mario just seems like the type who would drive a Mustang. Like, he's compensating for something. Probably the fact that his penis is, you know, mostly mushroom-shaped and about the size of a button mushroom. Hey, it's enough to the size of that man's pizza. You say so, Mario, if you say so, buddy. Contemplating eating a little food here. Let's just touch the ancient coffin. Coffin contains hidden treasures. All right, we'll take them. No need to walk around in this room. Let's keep going. I'm still a little disappointed about the runs because it means that we have one unit who basically is going to be completely incapable of dodging until that's cured. Henry Blake is stealing from us. 500 gold. That's why you got drummed out of the army, Henry Blake. You know, the quartermaster caught you thieving like that. It's a court-martialable offense. You're going to wind up back in Seoul for disciplinary hearing. Keep this up. That's not true. You won't make it back to Seoul. I got a good feeling your helicopter's going to crash on the way. Well, we didn't... Wait, don't you have the runs? Aren't you supposed to be incapable of dodging? You have a dodge of 5. Oh, no, sorry. It's Matthew Crowley who has the trots that are making him incapable of dodging. Well, What's 1 disease? What's 2? Treasures are encased within these remains. Oh good, we got a debuff amulet that we don't really need. That would give us an additional penalty to our dodge if we equipped it, so let's not do that. Burn a torch. We're above 75, which is high enough. Onward to greatness here, guys. Let's do this. We really need to start racking up some cash, gentlemen. You could, I don't know, maybe start digging through the couch, looking for some spare change, whatever you can find. There are 2 you gotta be shitting me. This dungeon has 2, they really want me to fight the Shambler, huh? Be like, no, Pete, seriously, though, you gotta go fight the Shambler. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fight the Shambler. And they're like, well, too goddamn bad. Every single curio you find is gonna revolve around you fighting the Shambler. I don't want to fight the Shambler. Don't shamble me, bro. Hallway fight, and we got surprise. That is... You know what? This is okay. How was your stun resistance? Pretty good. Yours is terrible. Yours is also terrible. Let's just hit you with the flashbang. Beautiful. Snape! That's my boy! Severus Snape brings the mark! We got the stun here, so we're gonna try and burn down the big man. 12 damage from Henry Blake. That's a big bite. Followed up by 12 from Brody. Things are looking good. The big man is already pretty well in the hurt locker. Say hi to Jeremy Renner for me, dog. He's also in the back. I don't even know what this guy can do from the back right now. He can critical Matthew Crawley for a bleed and some trivial damage. It's fine. Comes a rust shot. This is going to move that guy back, I believe. Yeah, it's fine. Although it's less fine now because we're starting to look pretty banged up here. Let's, can we stun you easily? I kind of need a shuffle. There we go. I just want to get this guy back towards the front. We definitely have got to throw a heal here. Got 6 out of that. Not as much as we might have liked, considering we're bleeding 3, but it'll have to do. 11 damage from Henry Blake on the bite, and he's only bleeding 1, so we got to hit him again. Son of a bitch. Way to go, A-Rod. Wait until we don't need the home run. Oh, it's 12-0 in the 9th. Bases loaded. A-Rod hits the dinger. All about the unnecessary success with the A-Rodding. Guess we'll just we'll try and stun a man again. We're winding up with Matthew Crowley. He's always going first, so we just keep winding up, forcing him to use stun after stun after stun, and I don't necessarily like it. Gonna go for the heal here, although an Abyssal Artillery would have done some pretty good work for us. We could really use an ability that clears corpses. Ow, shanked and bleeding. All right. Well, we had the mark on the cutthroat. Other dude is stunned. Can we go first here? Give me a speed roll. Nope. Henry Blake taking a shank. Buck up, pal. You'll be all right. You're tough. I got faith in you. All right, let's just do that. Corpse is bleeding. You want to maybe hook and slice? Pull this guy to the front. There we go. That's got him up where he needs to be. There's a 10-point heal. That's good. We have reinforced the bleed, though. That's less good. If we just keep stacking on the bleed, we're never gonna get out of this. It's gonna be an endless. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. That would be the greatest name. How come there is no spin class that's called Vicious Cycle? Would not Vicious Cycle be the greatest name for some kind of spin training at your local gym? Come on down this week. Join in the fun of Vicious Cycle. Okay, we're not going to be digging in any more graves barehanded. Let's burn a shovel. Grave digging pays off. Anytime you use a shovel, this is good. 2 deeds, 4 crests. We have got to get this ruby, though. Something has got to go in favor of the ruby. What do we want that something to be? I'm feeling like maybe some medicinal herbs may take a powder. I really wish we... Oh, we can finally throw dog treats on the ground. Beautiful. Well, so long. See you in hell, dog treats. Never again. It's like our wield meta. Hashtag fuck the wield. Also, for dog treats, it's hashtag never again. What are the odds this room has a fight? Good enough. I think here maybe is where do we want to camp? Or do we want to press our luck? I say we press our luck. Do we want to do actually, the better question is, do we want to do the full explore? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to head down this pathway because I don't want to start passing up curios. We need to get basically every interaction we can. And kind of we need to get in as many fights as we can. We want to fight. We want interactions. And until we run into a barricade, I'm really worried about running out of shovels. That's my one concern. So I'm going to follow this path, and as long as we don't run out of a shovel, if we run into a barricade, I'll turn around. But if we don't, I say we keep going. Little bonus torch action, that's fine. We'll probably burn that immediately. Yep.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
Yeah, otherworldly corruption. You're always worried about otherworldly corruption. We had a bitch of a time with ectoplasms last time we were here. Let's see if we can get out in front of this problem before it becomes a problem. Get maybe one of these guys killed. Oh, beautiful. Severus Snape drops one. We just don't want them to summon the big guy. That's really all we care about. They are fairly stun resistant. Let's just go and see if we can damage them and get the double kill. Here comes the slime. I still want to take I really do want to take a spin class though that's called Vicious Cycle. It's too perfect. Pete, why are you splitting up your damage instead of killing a guy? What if that dude beats you on a speed roll? I had a feeling Cousin Matthew was not going to lose on a speed roll. He's got bonuses down here in the wheel. So we're going to do this. A little hook and slice. I'm more interested in the slice than anything else, which we did not get. Unfortunate, but Henry Blake managed to be fast enough for us to get out in front. And the slime did not get a chance to breed. Take that, you filthy slime. It's not like that fungus we got growing on our dong. I wish we'd gotten out in front of that and not given that stuff time to breed, but yeah, c'est la vie. Anybody got a debuff? No? Alright, I guess we'll ditch these medicinal herbs. I'd rather have the gold than the citrine, but I kind of would rather have them both, in all honesty. I don't want to get rid of the key. We've been getting good scouting hits, and there is still a pretty significant chance. Alright, somebody, we need an inventory space. I'm going to take this debuff amulet and I'll put it on. We can't hurt our dodge anyway. Our dodge is already 0, and your dodge cannot go negative. So in this case, Matthew Crowley is, he's taking one for the team. It's like there was an oak tree that talked some smack about Lord Grantham, and Cousin Matthew was like, well, now, I'll simply not have that. No one shall say anything negative about the noble and esteemed Lord Grantham. Why, Oak Tree, sir, I challenge you to a duel. What? Choose your weapon, Oak Tree. And then Oak Tree chose Bentley. And, well, Cousin Matthew, I got the worst end of that deal. Shouldn't have given the challenger the right to choose the weapons, Matthew. Shouldn't have given him that. You knew he was going to pick Bentley, man. Okay, this is our last shovel, which actually kind of reinforces my decision to maybe have come down here, because if we can get the dungeon complete, what we can do then is just continue adventuring until we run into another one and bail out, and we should really only need to do a maximum of 2 more rooms here. On a dungeon this size, we should be able to skip 2. Darkest dungeon, being kind and forgiving and rounding down. We also could use a little food in us. I feel better about that. Check the mummified remains. I guess the trick is to have somebody who's already horrifically diseased do all the things that may cause you disease. Just, focus it all in one spot. Okay, we are barely going to have enough now to repast. I do want to get the feast at the end of this dungeon. We haven't accumulated a lot of stress, but if we could get rid of any stress that we do accumulate, that would be beautiful. These guys do not have an abundance of hit points. We might be able to kill one. Okay, we're going to get the rabies probably. Honestly, the rabies, not necessarily that bad. I don't mind rabies as far as diseases go. It's one of the few diseases which I will oftentimes deliberately not cure. Oh, come on, Henry Blake, the dodge though. All right, Brody's taking some more damage. He's got some bleed stacking up. Little rabid rush. It's about time somebody took a shot at Snape back there. He actually resisted the rabies. All right, we're gonna have to do this. A 0-point heal. Well, that was actually a negative heal because you stacked his bleed up. Good work. Rabid rush, and the dogs are gonna go double around the horn on us. Perfect. I really hate these dogs. The rabid gnashers, they're too damn good. They're too damn good. Okay, he finally resisted a bleed and is almost fully healed now. Could you maybe, I don't know, hit this guy and pull him to the front? So he can't do his stupid dash attack. Now he resisted the move. Unfortunate. He also resisted the bleed, which is doubly unfortunate because now instead of being dead, he's going to bite Snape in the neck. Okay. What's your stun resistance? Terrible. Stun that, man. If you could have won a speed roll there, Cousin Matthew, you could have hit him with your bounty collecting ability, and that would have done us all a whole world of good. Oh, good. Now Nicholas Brody has a disease, too. What did you get? No, what did you get? You got the bees. All right, it's minus 10 accuracy, but it is plus 15% damage. It's pretty good. All right, can we get the stun on this guy to cost him his turn? Perfect. Severus Snape has looked better, but I'm actually going to forego the healing here in favor of killing one of these dogs. I'd like to have somebody come out of this thing not rabid, if at all possible. Mark this dog. If we mark him and hit him with our rabies unit, Nicholas Brody's going to sever this man's head. Yeah, see, there it is right there. He got annihilated. Little rabid rush. All right, Snape taking a nice critical. Good work, Snape. He did resist the bleed, and I was hoping that wouldn't kill him so that we could get an opportunity to throw a heal at old Severus Snape, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards. So we are going to definitely continue adventuring because we have not even camped yet. And my plan still stands. Unless we get a barricade or something to prevent us, we're toughing this one out. I am going to camp, however. Now feels like the time to camp. Let's go for the repast. So, what can we do about stress? Snape has got a little. None for you. None for you. Don't we? Do we have, like, therapy dog? We do have therapy dog. Therapy dog. Yeah, therapy dog. Release the hound. Bonus scouting chance. Not really that interested in that. Tracking cost. Scout ahead. Does one of you have, No. Well, let's just focus on stress management then. We got Snape down to 5. We got you down to 4. You down to 1. We've got a little bit of time left. Is there anything we might want to do with that dark ritual? Absolutely. You know? Now, if we had a mortality debuff, I might consider it, but we don't. Pep talk, release the hound. Anybody got a healing ability? We could reduce the chance that we get surprised, or we could, this is how we, you know what? You've got the rabies, Nicholas Brody. You do this is how we do it and take that penalty back. And I guess we'll just tracking as well because we've got 2 time and nothing better to do with it. And then we're going to sleep. We're going to bunk down here in this morbid old graveyard. The Weald is a graveyard? Okay. The dark is their ally. We have been ambushed by night. Oh, good. It's a dark ambush, so we got surprised even though we did do this is how we do it, which is supposed to reduce our chances of that happening. Get the stun. I don't care about the damage. I just don't want to take a stress attack down here. We just got rid of all of our stress. I don't really feel the need to resurrect it. You are in, frankly, a terrible spot. But we could have you stun. You know what? Yes. We're gonna go stun crazy here. Is there anything Blake can do from the front rank? Snape, you're gonna heal yourself. Good work. That 3 health will almost certainly save you. Well, we have a mark down, so there's that at least. Nicholas Brody is not going to be able to do anything. You know what? Hook and slice this man. See if we can pull him up into a position where somebody else can take his head. Snape, I don't want to waste your turn. You know what? Mark a different target. We're going to take a stress attack then. All right. Taking the stressful incantation. 19 stress. It's a bit... Not the end of the world, though. We can work a dungeon with 19 stress. You gotta be shitting me, Crawley. Unbelievable. Well, we have every unit marked now, thanks to Henry Blake. It'd be nice if somebody could maybe hit one of these marked units and kill them, but all evidence to the contrary. Brody, you gotta go for another stun on the stress unit since you can't do anything else from your current position. And push them all the way into the back. That's beautiful. Henry Blake taking a run for the old gods. This fight is not going well at all. Especially now that we've just taken an 8-point crit and have a 2-point bleed on us. Alright, you're going to move. Okay, I really need you to kill something. Well, you didn't kill it, but at least you got close. 1 unit is stunned. Of course, you can't heal from here, so you know what? Kill a man. And Crawley has made it to Death's Door, which is nice. Yes, I'm aware how Death's Door works. Thank you. He's also still bleeding, which is triply horrible. And he has managed to... Oh, this is going... Oh, everybody's going to hit him, too. Good. Well, He's bucked the odds twice. God damn it. The movement is what screwed us. It really is. The getting moved really cost us here. And he is still bleeding, which means unless we can get a heal off, which, surprise, we can't, don't win a speed roll, Nicholas Brody. Let Severus Snape beat you on speed. That's all you gotta do, dog, is let Snape beat you on a speed roll. We gotta try and stun these guys so they can't attack us. Okay, throw a stress attack. I don't even care. I just don't want somebody to die. 21 friggin' stress from that, though. Snape, buddy, I need a speed roll. Snape. Oh, dang. Okay, good. Just don't heal for 0. That's all. Oh, beautiful. I was so terrified he was going to heal for 0 and then stack that bleed. I was desperately concerned about that. My fears have been allayed. It's unlikely that Matthew's going to take 15 damage in a single turn, even if he does get criticaled again. Give me the hook and slice. I just want to pull. He resisted the move. That was a stumbling scratch. Yeah, we need to get out of this dungeon. We really need to get out of this dungeon. The stumbling scratch at least did move that man forward where we could kill him. Was it worth it? All things considered, probably not. Do we want to continue adventuring? No, we're in we're in too rough shape. We've got a ban on death's door. That's it. We pushed our luck plenty far enough. The no mind philosophy says now's the time to go. The Seekers really wanted to leave earlier, and then I tried to outthink again. See, this is what happens. The Seekers are like, we're done. We should pack up and go home. And then I was like, no, we can stay for a little while longer. There's more treasure to be had. Should have embraced the Zen, man. Embrace the Zen. We also got a shitload of disease, too. Wheeled Scrounger, all right. Ruins Adventure is actually very good for Henry Blake. Lazy Eye, that's terrible. Is it, though? Ranged skills? He doesn't really have a whole lot of ranged skills. Flashbang is a ranged skill, admittedly, but I'm not really sure the accuracy of that one is going to be too big of a deal. All Idols Hero. Oh, this is good. One good week. And while the campaign continues to drag on, recent events have emboldened the standing roster. Confidence is reported to be at an all-time high. So we definitely are not going to take any of our Fantastic Four in on the next mission. We want anybody we can to be idle. And it seems like maybe that's going to be a good time for us to take in Team Newbie. We do need to do some disease removal, though. The runs has simply got to go. I don't want anybody walking around with a 0 dodge. So Matthew Crawley, go get you some Pepto-Bismol or, you know, I don't know, like some Imodium AD, something. You got to tamp up that pooper. Just get a cork and jam it up there if you got it. I don't really care. Let's take a look at our stagecoach. Antiquarian? Son of a bitch. We need an antiquarian. But we could also really use another Crusader. So we're going to take another Crusader. Do I want another? I don't want either of those guys. We cannot yet upgrade the stagecoach. I really want experienced recruits. Did we pick up enough deeds to enhance? Our instructor mastery, I know, is at 2. Armor smithing, I think, is, or weapon smithing, one of the two is at 2. Can we raise the other one? Armor smithing, yes, we can. In the end, and that would then unlock our ability to upgrade the stagecoach. No. Instructor mastery level 2, weapon smithing level 2, armor smithing level 2. Wait, do they have to be straight up leveled? Because they are, right? Yeah, 2. Weapon smithing is 2. Armor smithing is 2. Is our instructor mastery not 2? Instructor mastery 2. Why can we not do that upgrade? Is it just grayed out because we don't have the stuff? But it actually says it's not unlocked. Experienced recruits. Prerequisites. Instructor master level 2. Weapon smithing level 2. Armor smithing level 2. What's going on? We got all these things. Maybe we have to let a week advance or something? That's really weird. At any rate, we'll try and puzzle what's going on with that in between episodes. But let's wrap this one up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more vicious cycling with Perfidious Pete as we shed pounds and put on miles, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you at your local gym.